Hotmixology right here. Dave Elger, your host, and a special guest here today with me is Andy Dawson.
Broker's Gin was created by my brother Martin and me. England has been distilling gin for over 400 years, and none of the other spirits that you'll see on a bar originate in England. So we decided to use an English image to reflect the heritage of the category. And we chose a man in a bowler hat. So the brand name, Brokers, is the profession associated with that guy. And we use a 200-year-old distillery outside London. They have been doing nothing but make gin for 200 years. The recipe that we settled on is in fact 200 years old. So Brokers is really a recreation of a classic London dry gin. And the character of the spirit, as you will well know, Dave, is it's all about the flavour. This is a rich, aromatic, full-bodied gin. Our mantra is, here is a gin of super premium quality with what I call a regular premium price.
I see a little tag on it that says the world's best gin.
We have won so many competitions around the world that they culminated, if you like, in 2010 when we won the Ultimate Spirits Challenge in New York. That is a competition where they have 22 judges, they had over 500 products, and in the gin category we got the highest score ever, 97 points. Now I thought that was great. But then this year we entered a sister competition called the Ultimate Cocktail Challenge, also in New York with the same 22 judges. And this time they take each gin and make 3 different classic cocktails. So Dave, I've got an Aviation, which is a classic gin cocktail. It comprises gin, Luxardo, which is a cherry liqueur, creme de violette, which gives the cocktail its beautiful purple color, and lemon juice. You'll find different recipes. This is a classic, more complicated cocktail. It's very delicious. And the reason I've got this is because we won the world's best aviation at the Ultimate Cocktail Challenge in New York this year. I said this one's a bit complicated. Yours gets as simple as they come, Dave.
Oh,
I made
the cocktail. What'd you make?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. I made you a dry martini. We also won top prize for the world's best dry martini in New York. For you today, I've made what I refer to as a Winston Churchill martini. Winston Churchill said that when you're making a martini, you should merely look at the vermouth bottle on the other side of the room while you're pouring the gin. So all you have in there is Broker's Gin. You have it with my favorite garnish, which is green olive stuffed with blue cheese.
Very nice, delicious. It adds to the martini with the blue cheese and the olives. I can taste it as it's been in there.
And you know what, Dave? It's not even so much what the olives and the blue cheese do to the gin, it's what the gin does to the olives and the blue cheese when you eat those babies later on. It starts with the spirit, because all of these competitions are blind tastings. So it's nothing to do with the price or with the packaging. It's just the quality of the spirit. And we use an English wheat for the base spirit. To make gin, you start with what could otherwise be sold as vodka, and then you redistill it with juniper berries and other spices and herbs and fruits to convert it into gin. So we just have a classic wheat spirit. We have 10 traditional botanicals, and we use a pot still, and that pot stilling process really gets a deep flavor of the botanicals into the gin. So it's the flavor, Dave.
Once you have a sip with it, you'll see why Andy's so passionate about it. You're gonna love it the way we do.
Dave, I just want to give you a sense of how well our gin is doing. In the USA, we sell it in 45 states. Last year, our gin was the fastest growing gin in the United States. Our sales were up 44% on the previous year. No other gin showed such a high increase. And around the world,
you've seen it on Hotmixology. Keep going out there and getting that Broker's Gin.
I think that's what's doing it, Dave. However, we also sell in about 40 other countries around the world. So are you airing Hotmixology in those other countries too?
We sure are. On the internet, it's available everywhere on hotmixology.com.
Well, Dave, all I can say is thank you. Great job. It's working.
You too, Andy. This gin is working deliciously. Any way you want to mix it up, it's Broker's Gin right here. It's Andy Dawson and Dave for Hotmixology with a hot new brand, the world's best gin, Broker's Gin. Salute, Andy.
Cheers.